A tabletop is when you lay the bike down flat in the air off a jump. It's a great way to inject a little bit of style into your riding. It's important that you're comfortable in the air before you try to start tabling. If you're tense, then you can't let the bike come up to you and then start moving it around underneath you. So just like the whip, even if you're comfortable on those really big jumps, I'd recommend just winding back a little bit, going for some slightly smaller jumps, just to try getting the shape first, because otherwise, if you start tensing up on those big jumps, the consequences are going to be much worse. The perfect jump for practicing this on is a slightly hipped jump. So instead of having a landing straight in front of you, it's going to be at a slight angle, because essentially when you're tabling, you are going to change the angle that you're kind of going through the air. And so when you're landing, it's going to be much easier to table into that landing of the hip. With the tabletop, you don't want to go too fast. You want to start on a jump which you can get a nice bit of height from. This is going to allow you to be able to pop and really let the bike come up underneath you. As soon as that bike is really light, it's going to be really easy to start moving around. Breaking down the tabletop, you want to start thinking about the hands and what the hands are doing. So you want to start turning the handlebars to the side, and a great way to think about how to do that is to rotate your wrist, your top wrist, around the handlebar. That's going to really allow you to stay central over the bike and really kind of crank the bike up as much as you can. So if you're just thinking about your hands, what tends to happen is the bike your knees will bow outwards, and the bike will just start to kind of rotate between those legs. That's not a good look. What you want to try and do is keep those knees together and kick the bottom leg up underneath the frame so that the whole bike turns flat and you keep those knees together. You can also let your top foot rotate slightly on the pedal, even come off the pedal. This will help you to keep those knees together. A good tabletop doesn't come instantly. It's going to take you a couple of years at least of practice to try and get the bike over as much as possible. So stick with it and start on those small jumps to start with, and it will all come together.